One, and we're live.
Hi, friends.
We're alive. Coming to you from the past. How are you?
Hope your life is good.
We're so happy you're here.
Oh,
hell yeah, brother.
Sorry, I'm Googling at the same time.
Well, this week,
it's a little different.
Yeah, we figured we would bring you some, current events that are not political. We just want to put that out there from Jump Street, because for the next few months, that's all that's going to be shoved down our throats. So we want to do stuff, some current events that aren't that. So I'm going to rock and roll and go into celebrity deaths first.
Starting hard.
Celebrities who have died in 2024 so far. Let's see. We have Abdul Duke Fakir, who was the last surviving original member of Motown's The Four Tops, and he died on July 22nd of heart failure at the age of 88. Okay, so he, along with his band members, some of the recordings include hits such as I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, Ain't No Woman Like the One I've Got, It's the Same Old Song, Reach Out, I'll Be There, and Baby I Need Your Loving.
Baby, I need your loving.
In 1990, Fakir and his bandmates were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Stevie Wonder, and they were recognized with a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2009. Let's see. Oh, Bob Newhart's died. I'm sorry if this is the first time you're hearing about any of these. So Bob Newhart, his career lasted 60 years. With his early roots being as a stand-up comedian on the Ed Sullivan Show. And then he had cameos as Professor Proton on Young Sheldon. He had several comedy albums. He won a Grammy for his first comedy album in 1961. And then he was also named Best New Artist. He had a variety show in 1961 with NBC. It was canceled after one season, but he went on to MC The Dean Martin Show, Ed Sullivan, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. He had his own show called The Bob Newhart Show, and he had a show called Newhart, which was part of Nick at Night. In the early days of Nick at Night, they would run reruns of Newhart. Let's see, who else has died? Shannon Doherty died. She was, if you're not familiar, she was best known for her roles in Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015. And then in 2020, her cancer returned. Oh, she's a Memphis native. I didn't know that.
Yeah. She was not. Listen, I grew up watching Charmed. Charmed was my shit.
Yeah.
She was my least favorite person on that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I think also, fun fact, she had a list of people who were not invited to her funeral.
That sounds about right.
But I think she's been one of those people who was labeled as difficult.
Yeah.
Because she probably stood up for herself at some point.
Probably, but she was also from everything that I've seen and a lot of the interviews and stuff that I've seen her be in, she comes off as a bitch.
Yeah, well, I think she just has one of those faces. But because Kevin Smith worked with her in Mallrats, and I don't know that
Fun fact, Brittany just bought that DVD.
I did just buy that DVD. I love the movie Mallrats.
If anybody knows where we can get the DVD of Dogma,
yeah,
let us know.
We're on the I'm looking out for it. But he's always said nice stuff about her. So I don't know. I think it's just every person gets a different version of you.
True.
Who else? Richard Simmons died. He was an eccentric fitness instructor and media personality who was very popular in the 1980s and probably even into the 1990s, I think. He had, I didn't know this. So he moved to Los Angeles in 1970 and opened his own fitness studio called Anatomy Asylum, which was later renamed Slimmons in Beverly Hills. His studio, which focused on helping fitness newcomers gain an interest in exercise, was featured in an episode of the NBC reality series Real People, which led to dozens of other media appearances. He starred as himself in several episodes of General Hospital in the 1980s. He hosted his own daytime Emmy-winning talk show and produced more than 60 workout videos throughout his career. There's a video of him and, what is his name? Dave.
Collier.
No.
Chappelle.
No. He used to do a late night talk show. I can see his face. He's done one with Billie Eilish recently, and that was the one where what is his name? It is Dave, I believe.
David Letterman?
David Letterman. It's hilarious. He did like a whole skit thing with him. It's hysterical. Anybody who like stayed up late in the middle of the night, and you'd wake up and there's this lady on your TV, Dr. Ruth Westheimer, who was a groundbreaking sex therapist, author, and TV and radio host who imparted hilariously candid sex advice on programs like Sexually Speaking and The Dr. Ruth Show. She died on July 12th at the age of 96.
Not to be mistaken with Sue Johansson. Talked sex with Sue Johansson because she passed away in June of 2023.
Yeah. She also was another one that was like in the middle of the night, you'd wake up and that old lady's telling you about wee-wees.
I can't tell you how many times I would sneak my TV on in the middle of the night thinking my parents were asleep so that I could watch that. I love Talk Sex with Sue.
Hi, I'm Shelley Duvall. She also died. Her story makes me so sad. Because like her working with Stanley Kubrick, like I think Stanley Kubrick ruined that woman's mental health. But she died July 11th due to complications from diabetes at the age of 75. She also created, hosted, and executive produced several popular children's television shows throughout the 1980s, including Fairy Tale Theater. That's where the "Hi, I'm Shelley Duvall" comes from. Nightmare Classics and Tall Tales and Legends. I think I watched Tall Tales and Legends. She retired from acting in 2002 before appearing in a controversial Dr. Phil episode where she revealed that she'd been struggling with her mental health. And it's on site. If I ever see Dr. Phil, it is on site. Count your days. However, over 2 decades after saying farewell to Hollywood, Duvall returned to star in the 2003 indie horror film, The Forest Hills. Who else? Carol Bon Jovi. Oh, she's John Bon Jovi's mom. Oh, she was a former Playboy bunny. I did not know that. Okay, so Carol Bon Jovi, the former Playboy Bunny, U.S. Marine, entrepreneur, and mother of legendary rocker John Bon Jovi, died July 9th at 83. She met her husband, his father, after she enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1959, and then they settled in New Jersey where they raised their 3 sons. Man, that woman was a badass. She had 3 sons, 3 daughters-in-law, and 8 grandchildren. Joe Bonsall, an author and longtime member of the Oak Ridge Boys, died July 9th at 76. Oh, fun fact, while I'm reading these, anytime there's a celebrity death, we have to a race to see who can tell who the first.
Oh, me and you,
yeah.
Yeah. We haven't been so strong on it this year. I'm real sad because I found a real good website for celebrity headlines. However, I only got 2 or 3 free ones. I'm so mad about it because they were good.
Oh. Doug Sheehan. You may not recognize the name, but he played the dad on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And he was also the dad in Clueless.
Okay.
He died June 29th. It was the TV adaptation of Clueless, not the movie. And then he featured in 2 episodes as Sabrina's father on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He also was in a lot of soap operas too. Oh, Martin Mull, he died. He was in Clue, Roseanne, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Arrested Development, amongst other things. He was 80 years old and had an undisclosed illness. Kinky Friedman. There's a man named Kinky. He was a country musician, author, and humorist. Who else? Who else we got? Oh, Bill Cobbs. He appeared in movies such as The Bodyguard, Night at the Museum, and Demolition Man, as well as shows like The Sopranos, I'll Fly Away, and One Life to Live. I want to say he was on Supernatural. Bill Cobbs. No, maybe not. He was in the others, though. Oh, he was in the Others TV series. Never mind. Who else? Who else we got? Shifty Shellock. Shell Shock. Sorry. He was the lead singer of Crazy Town. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. There's a lot of people that I don't recognize on this list. Oh, Donald Sutherland died. Michael Mosley. I'm just scrolling through. You can tell something if you want.
Okay. So I've got like a 2-parter. So this article says that Prince William's salary was made public, and it turns out in 2023, the Prince of Wales made just about $30 million last year.
Yeah.
The annual report was published by Duchy of Cornwall. the 135,000-acre estate that manages the royal family's property across England. The reports state that the duchy distributed a surplus of £23.6 million to William in his first year as the Duke of Cornwall. The prince does pay income tax on the money from the estate. The fund covers the Wells family official, charitable, and private activities. But with that being said, the royal family spent £4.2 million on official travel last year. The figure included more than £50,000 for 2 days on the royal train. So apparently a key part of the British royal family's role involves traveling the length and breadth of the UK, as well as going on overseas trips representing the interests of the country's government. But the royal household's latest financial reports were published and show that the family spent a total of about $5.4 million on travel in the financial year ending in March of 2024. That came out to the total of £86.3 million sovereign grant from the British government to the monarchy for the 2023-24 financial year. Hold on. Good God. The royals are also allowed to charge their travel to the British public when they are moving between royal residences. So it says when the king took a charter plane from Aberdeen, Scotland, near Balmoral to Farnborough, England, near Windsor Castle in September of last year, the trip was described in accounting as residence to residence and cost £22,248. That's ridiculous. You guys are making a ton of money. You should be able to pay for it yourself. I got it out. Also, I saw something and I tried to open it, but I couldn't because I was out of free ones on this website. And apparently, what's the wife's name? Not Megan, but the other one, Princess.
Oh, Kate Middleton.
Yes. So she came out in an outfit that was like a sly nod to Di.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a white button-up, like loose-fitting shirt and a pair of jeans. Super cute. But it was very reminiscent. You got something else? Because I got something to piggyback off of your desk.
Yes. I don't know if you've heard anything about this. So YouTuber Cody Ko has stepped down from his podcast network following allegations that he had sex with an underage influencer.
Did we talk about this recently? Or did I read that somewhere?
So, there's been, Tana Mojo, or Monjo? I think it's Monjo. She has a podcast called Canceled, and she made a statement of, there was this YouTuber. I don't know that she said his name. She may have. I don't know. But that, when she was 17, he was hitting on her, and they did the dirty when he was like 25. So she says this, and then somebody found like Gabby Hanna's old podcast where she was like, oh, I was hanging out at this YouTube party and one of my friends was like, chatting up this girl, and I went to him and I was like, I know she looks older, but just so you know, she's underage. And then she goes, and then he went and effed her. And so it's like that is corroborating Tana's story. So yeah, like he was told that she was underage and still slept with her. So the news was announced in a post to paid subscribers of the podcast network on Friday evening. The The 6 shows currently under the network's umbrella have not posted new episodes in the past week as scheduled. So influencer Tana Mojo, who is now 26, alleged that he, who is now 33, had sex with her when she was underage. And he has not made a statement addressing the allegations, but he has faced a mounting backlash in recent weeks. He lost around 250,000 subscribers in the last 30 days, according to Social Blade. He has not responded to multiple requests for comments.
I'm sorry, Amara. I didn't know that was you. I felt something on my foot and I moved it.
And then apparently like some other like people in the same network have left that network amid the criticism towards him. And that they would be starting a new podcast that was produced by them and not under the umbrella of his podcast conglomerate, I guess.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, she didn't say his name. She just said there was a clip of her saying that she had sex with a YouTuber when she was 17 that went viral last month. Let me see. Is there a video of it?
Across the years, but it's like if I have to like, the thing is I don't have the old phone. Like I like want to go find my old phone.
This is like 5 minutes long.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, there were 100 people here. It's not what normal people are doing at that. Nice. Have you seen the video that's like surfacing her saying? Yeah, it's such a. And I remember I was so mad at her back in the day because I was like, you're releasing my story, like, and that was a whole thing, you know, where it was like, so it's such a weird like.
Anyway, so yeah, that was. She has declined to comment further, and Gabby Hanna's not responding to comments either.
Gabby Hanna, I'm not a Gabby Hanna fan anymore.
Not anymore.
She's a
no,
mess.
she has found Jesus. I had to block her on TikTok. Not that you're bad, that makes you a bad person.
No,
but she's really
just
kind
over the top about it.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Chris Brown and Entourage sued for $50 million over alleged violent assault of 4 concert goers.
Are we shocked?
No, we're not. They're being sued.
You know who's even less shocked? Rihanna.
Right. They were in a lawsuit filed to the District Court of Harris County, Texas on Monday, July 22nd, and obtained by U.S. Weekly, which is where I'm getting this. Brown, who is 35, and his paid entourage were accused of attacking 4 men who attended his concert at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas on Saturday, July 20th. In addition to Brown, is it Cinco Siege or CJ? Hood boss, real name is Omalulu Omari Akinlalu, Yella Breezy, and Brown's 11/11 tour promoter, Live Nation, are also being sued. The alleged unprovoked incident was described to have involved Brown and his entourage surrounding the plaintiffs, throwing chairs at them and repeatedly kicking, stomping, and beating them. There was a temporary restraining order. The Fort Worth Police Department generated a police report in relation to the incident, and there's an ongoing investigation. Further detail within the lawsuit claimed the attack included multiple strikes to the plaintiffs' heads, chests, and ultimately involved stomping them while they were down, and left all 4 men severely injured. U.S. Weekly has reached out to Brown's legal representative for comments. An attorney for the alleged victims released a statement to us on Tuesday. We obtained a temporary restraining order yesterday to make sure the video at Dickey's is preserved and to ensure any texts or videos on the defendant's phones are preserved. The statement read, "This is Texas. The people here don't care how important or famous you think you are. You have an obligation to follow the laws and conduct yourself in an appropriate way. Unprovoked violence can't and won't be tolerated. We intend to seek all damages that the law allows against Brown and his cohorts to include punitive damages." The lawsuit claimed that after Brown's concert wrapped, the four men were invited with approximately 40 women into a VIP area where Brown instructed all the women to relinquish their phones and place them on a table. Brown then allegedly exited the area for 30 minutes, and when the man grew tired of waiting for him to return, one of the men approached Brown to shake his hand and congratulate him on a good show. After a brief exchange with a member of Brown's entourage, and without any further discussion or any response by Bush, Brown then or any other response by this man, Brown then instructed his entourage to F plaintiff Bush up, according to the lawsuit. All four men claimed to have undergone medical treatment, specifically one who was hospitalized after experiencing head injuries. And then it says, "This is not the first time Brown has faced legal troubles." In the lawsuit, it cited Brown's 2009 assault of ex-girlfriend Rihanna and the 2023 incident where he allegedly threw a tequila bottle directly at a patron, severely and permanently injuring him.
Oh my gosh.
He's a very angry man.
Yeah.
Are we sending these links to the email?
Oh, we probably should. I found an article on, Chris Olsen on TikTok?
The name sounds familiar.
The guy who hangs out with Meghan Trainor all the time?
Yeah.
So he has said, he's made a video saying that he is the victim of intimate image abuse. So 4 years ago, there were some images that were posted to Twitter that were sexually explicit photos that I guess were shared with an ex. And there was an account that posted them to Twitter, and he didn't even have a Twitter account at the time, but he made one just for the purpose of going on there and asking this user to take the images down. But the user blocked him and then told their followers to save the image before it was taken down. He said, he's not wanted to speak about it, but he said that, even though it happened 4 years ago, he's still dealing with it because people will ask about it. He said it's non-consensual, it's violating, it's fully abuse, and it's illegal. I don't know if the images are still up or anything. I didn't look them up. But there's a lot of people that kind of stuff happens. Like Twitch streamer Sketch, his explicit content from his OnlyFans account was leaked online. And he was like so afraid because his fan base is mostly young male sports fans. But he's had a lot of support from people. About it. But that was that story.
Okay, so I haven't watched it yet, but you know how like there's that big documentary on the Nickelodeon situation?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's saying that the conversation about it may just be getting started.
I would love to hear what Amanda Bynes has to say.
Right.
But
so then it says Snyder, who was the main person that it's focusing around, who parted ways with Nickelodeon in 2018, previously denied inappropriate conduct allegations. He's since addressed the allegations made by cast members, the Amanda Show writers, and journalists against him in the docuseries. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult, Schneider said in a YouTube video interview. Me facing my past behavior, some of which are embarrassing and I regret, and I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology. He noted that he had regrets about his behavior, adding, I can tell you why it hurts really bad for me. I remember very clearly my early experiences and my first experiences in the entertainment business. I was green, I was scared, I was excited. It meant the world to me that I was getting those opportunities, and I went in and I got lucky because they were great. And the fact that I didn't pay that forward to every employee that walked through my door hurts my heart because I should have. I wish I could go back and fix that. The producer wasn't the sole focus on the Quiet on Set docuseries. The 3rd and 4th installment specifically focused on Drake Bell breaking his silence about being the minor who accused dialogue coach Brian Peck of sexual abuse in early 2000s. Peck, who is no relation to Bell's former co-star Josh Peck, pleaded no contest to 2 out of the 11 charges and served a 16-month prison sentence. In a statement released on Quiet on the Set's premiere, Nickelodeon addressed Bell's emotional recollection, telling Us Weekly, now that Drake Bell has disclosed his identity as the plaintiff in the 2004 case, we are dismayed and saddened to learn of the trauma he has endured, and we commend and support the strength required to come forward. And then, so, like, there's, like, responses or reactions from other people that may not have been included in the docuseries. Mm-hmm. So, you know that show Victorious? Mm-hmm. Jade, the alt girl that's in it. Mm-hmm. She said she reevaluated her experience on Victorious with Ariana Grande after Quiet on the Set was released. I certainly reevaluated my experience with Ariana over FaceTime. Bless you. We watched it together, and then we got together later that week or the next week, and we sort of broke the whole thing down and talked about it and reprocessed everything together. There was a lot to go through. It's tricky when you look back on something incredibly positively, and then you learn a lot of information, and then also revisit things as an adult through a new lens that reframe the memories in your mind a little bit, or cloud them, or taint them, maybe rightfully so. Emma Roberts responded, I was completely horrified and shocked because that was not my experience. She said, it made me really, really, really sad that this was happening to people that I literally saw often and had no idea. Mm. And then, who's this? Ariana Grande.
I don't know that. Has she ever said anything?
Well, according to this, I think we had some special memories, and we feel so privileged to have been able to create those roles and be a part of something that was so special for a lot of young kids. I think we're reprocessing our relationship to it a little bit now. She stressed that the environment needs to be made safer for child actors. I think there should be therapists. I think there should be parents allowed to be wherever they want to be. And I think not only on kids sets, I think that if everyone wants to do this or music or anything at the level of exposure that it means to be on TV or to do music with a major label or whatever, there should be a contract. There should be in the contract something about therapy is mandatory twice a week or thrice a week. Yeah. She also highlighted how many people don't have the support they need to get through performing at that level at such an age, or such a young age. She said it's been devastating to hear the stories of former Nickelodeon stars who have come forward about their negative experiences. Victoria Justice just basically says that it's very evident that Dan had a very large ego. sometimes that ego clouded his better judgment and affected the way he treated people. And there were times I felt like I was being treated unfairly. I don't even know who that is. Oh, he played Zoe one-on-one. Oh, he had like a big response. Matthew Underwood said he never had a bad experience working on set. Never had a bad experience with Dan. I have nothing to add to the conversation that anyone would care to hear. I like to believe that people have the capacity to be better humans, and Dan appears to recognize that. He had been an asshole in his part. I like to believe that he is fully capable of being a creator and coworker and everyone can enjoy working with. I believe people are putting words in my mouth and making assumptions about my intentions with that part of my statement. He wrote, I know whatever I say will find a way to be twisted by someone, but my attention was unfortunately brought to this thread and feel it's unnecessary to try and clarify. I feel I might be able to sum up my intentions in the section with an example. I truly wish that even the men who violated me wanted to be better humans, and if they truly did want that and they made an effort to try to be a better human, I want to live in a world that could positively reinforce that change by offering opportunities to be that better human being. Melissa Joan Hart.
I think hers was basically like, that wasn't her experience, and she feels bad for the people who did have that.
Right, basically. She said, I absolutely trust them, believe them 100%. My experience is that I was in Orlando from 89 to 94, and I think maybe there was a difference between Orlando Nickelodeon and Hollywood Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Kenan Thompson.
I don't think he ages.
Not really. Black don't crack.
I guess not.
Being on set is supposed to be a safe space. It's supposed to be a safe place for kids, and to hear all about that is just like, how dare you? He confessed it was hard for him to watch quiet on set, but was glad that the former child stars had the platform to tell their story. While he didn't have an experience like the actors who came forward, his heart went out to the victims and family.
Yeah.
Josh Peck.
He's a butthead.
He said, I reached out to Drake privately, but want to give my support for the survivors who are brave enough to share their stories of emotional and physical abuse. Children should be protected. He doesn't really say a whole lot about it, though.
Well, at first, he on his podcast, like, basically said everyone was full of shit. So that was a backtracking statement.
Oh, okay. I got excited. I got real excited because it shows Steve Burns, and I'm like, I love him because, Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
It says the original host of Blue's Clues took a cue from the show and showed support to Nickelodeon fans by asking on a social media video, hey, I'm checking in, tell me what's going on. I love him. With all of my heart, I love him. There's a lot of responses from people, and a lot of them are people that I don't even know because it's like newer stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Here's another one from Steve. It says there was no overlap between Nickelodeon and Nick Jr.
Yeah.
They were different. Nick Jr. was in New York instead of LA. So he doesn't have any insight to it. But I know, like, when I saw that was coming out, I was like, this is going to be big. Yeah. This is going to be real big.
Boar's Head recalls more than 207,000 pounds of meat due to listeria concerns.
That took a turn.
Yeah. So basically, their liverwurst and ham products were recalled They've it's a multi-state listeria outbreak that has sickened 34 people across 13 states as of Thursday. All but one of those people were hospitalized and 2 died. One was in Illinois and one was in New Jersey. The authorities say that the outbreak is most likely linked to sliced meat sold at deli counters, as many of those affected reported eating items like turkey, liverwurst, or ham.
First of all, who eats liverwurst?
My Nana.
That's not
My
helping.
Nana.
That's not, your Nana eats weird shit all the time.
They said as soon as the listeria adulteration was confirmed in our Strasburger brand liverwurst, we immediately and voluntarily recalled the product. Out of an abundance of caution, we also made the decision to voluntarily recall additional products that were produced on the same line and on the same day as the liverwurst product. And if you've bought any boar's head deli meat, you should throw it away or return it to the store. And also, it says also clean out your refrigerators because this type of bacteria can grow in cold temperatures and spread to other foods. And listeria is the 3rd leading cause of death from food poisoning in the U.S. So symptoms usually appear within 2 weeks of eating contaminated food, but they can sometimes develop right away or up to 10 weeks later. This can include fever, muscle aches, tiredness, headache, stiff neck, and confusion. And in severe cases, the bacteria may cause a blood infection or meningitis. That's probably one of the reasons why they recommend you not eat deli meat while you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Because the infection can get passed to the developing baby.
Yeah.
The fetus. And increase miscarriage, stillbirth, or premature birth. Man, I don't eat boar's head a lot, but...
So, Justin Timberlake got arrested.
It's going to ruin the world tour.
It still cracks me up that the officer didn't know who he was. Like, he was just that green of an officer.
This is going to ruin the tour. What tour? The world tour.
His mugshot has been turned into a work of art at a Hamptons gallery.
Hell yeah, brother.
That cracks me up.
That is funny.
I got another one on deck if you ain't got nothing right there in front of you.
I do.
Okay.
Grimes. So you know Grimes.
Yeah.
And she had 3 kids with Elon Musk. He's withholding the children from her. So Grimes' mother went on X because there's no other way she could reach this. God, he's got such a punchable face. There's no other way to reach him. Basically, her mother is not doing well, the great-grandmother of these children. And it was Grimes' time to have the kids, but he's got one of them at the Olympics with him. Where are the others? He's got 12 kids. The grandmother said, "I'm alarmed to learn that the children cannot come as you are withholding them and their needed passport documents from Claire," which is Grimes. So, if you cared that Grimes is not being able to see her kids,
well,
it's kind of messed up.
I have a story that's not going to shock anyone.
What?
Bam Margera pleads guilty to disorderly conduct and will serve 6 months probation.
He also got married.
It says has been charged with assaulting his older brother Jess, threatening others in his family in April of 2023.
Yeah.
His brother testified about his frightening and unpredictable experience with Margera, a good dude when he's not messed up. He had not slept in days when he struck Jess in the face and left him with a ruptured eardrum. He said that Bam, angry about a text suggesting that he get mental health treatment, had kicked in his girlfriend's bedroom door. Bam's lawyer said that his client is now sober. You can really say he won his case before today by turning his life around. He had a downward spiral last year amid a series of personal and legal woes, including 2 arrests, losing custody of his 6-year-old son, Phoenix, and enduring a 5150 psychiatric hold. He got married to Danny Marie on May 28th. But yeah, and then he just turned his life around, essentially.
Yeah.
I got another one that I'm fixing to read through to make sure it's worth my time, but if it is, it kind of infuriates me a little bit.
Did see.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, Team USA won their first gold medal in Paris in the men's 4x100 meter freestyle relay and swimming.
Woo!
Woo!
Go sports!
Go sports! I hope everybody wins.
Hope everybody has a great time.
Yeah. There was also a drag performance resembling the Last Supper at the opening ceremony.
In the opening, like if you were watching it on TV, the opening sequence of it, there's like a section of it, I saw a TikTok about it, where it looks like 3 people, or like there's 3 people having a threesome.
Nice.
You ready for my next story?
Yeah.
It's enraging. Headline reads, Darius Rucker thinks it's time to forgive Morgan Wallen.
No.
Says he's a better person since using the slur. How? He just threw a chair off the top of a building, okay?
Yeah.
He says that Morgan Wallen deserves to be embraced by the music industry again, more than 3 years after Wallen was caught on camera using a racial slur. During an appearance on the Rolling Stone Music Now podcast on Tuesday, July 2nd, Darius Rucker was asked whether Wallen should be forgiven for his actions. Rucker did not hesitate, saying, "Yeah, I do. I think Morgan's become a better person since then. I've known Morgan a long time since all that happened. Morgan's tried to really better himself and become a better person to see the world in a much better way." In February of 2021, TMZ posted the video of Wallen using the N-word after a night out with friends. And Morgan released a statement saying he was embarrassed and sorry and made a promise to do better.
I just think that man is a walking red flag.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Besides the fact that he threw a chair, besides the fact that he said the N-word, there's just something about him that just don't sit right with me.
Well, it's like it says,
mark my words, he's still got something really messed up he's going to do.
Despite all of his success, he still hasn't been fully accepted by the country music industry.
Good, I'm glad.
He's still not out for CMAs or ACMs, and they can say what they want, but the fact that Morgan's not up for Entertainer of the Year at those things is crazy, says Rucker.
Really not.
But for the record, he was nominated for Entertainer of the Year at the 59th Annual Academy of Country Music Awards in May, losing to Lainey Wilson. Rightfully so, because Lainey can do no wrong. Did you see where she split her pants on stage?
I did not.
I'm so upset that I haven't seen any videos of the actual splitting of the pants. Anyway, he was also nominated for Male Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, Single of the Year, and Music Event of the Year. He was also nominated for Entertainer of the Year at the 57th ACM Awards in November of 2023, losing once again to Lainey Wilson.
See, I think he's doing all right. He doesn't need me to believe in him. If Morgan Wallen has no haters, that means I'm dead.
Right. It says Rucker said that's society, and what I think doesn't matter. People are going to make their own opinion and go with it. It is what it is. Wallen's record has not been spotless since the racial slur controversy either. In April, he was arrested for throwing a chair off the balcony of Eric Church's bar in Nashville. In a statement released after the incident, Wallen said he was not proud of his behavior. He was charged with 3 counts of reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, and his next court date is scheduled for August 15th.
They could never make me like you, Morgan.
How is he a changed man? And just because he gets on there and says, hey, I'm sorry.
I'm a changed man.
I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. Doesn't make it okay. It doesn't. There's just nothing about this man. Like, I feel like I wanted to like him to begin with. Like, when he first started out, I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. The mullet wasn't doing it for me. It made me want to hit him.
Something about a mullet just does that to you.
Yeah, it infuriates me. Fills me with rage.
How long have we been going?
Girl, I don't know. 51 minutes. Is everybody bored yet? Are you bored? Please tell me if you're bored, because we don't want to keep doing these kind of episodes if you're bored. There was wildfire. California Park Fire tops 350,000 acres, destroying 134 structures. Firefighters achieved 10% containment after 0 containment for 3 days, and the weather was improving. That looks like a mugshot. It looks like it's cooling down. It was started on Wednesday by a man who pushed a flaming vehicle into a gully filled with dried brush at a park in Chico. The blaze erupted and quickly doubled in acreage and then doubled again amid hot temperatures, dry brush, and gusty winds. I hope that man got arrested. Why would you do that? Have you ever in your life thought, if a car is on fire, let me push it down into a gully?
No, can't say that I have.
I don't want to be near it. Stupid. I wonder how many people looked at him and was like, stupid.
So also, we were talking about this earlier.
I think Canada's also on fire.
I was bamboozled.
You were bamboozled?
I was, and I wanted to just clear the air.
No.
Kim Kardashian is not coming out as trans.
Oh, yeah.
That was an AI generated interview thing.
You got.
I did, because I was like, "Ooh, can we do this on this episode?"
And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, like, I kept wondering why they hadn't said anything about it on the SIP, and I think it was mentioned on something that I might have been on the last Shane Dawson podcast. I don't know, but they didn't really go into detail about it. They just mentioned it wherever it was I saw. I feel like it had something to do with Shane, so it was either that or like maybe one of like Ryland's vlogs or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, measles is on the rise.
Good thing.
Cases have doubled.
Isn't that like something that we get vaccinated against?
The MMR vaccine.
So if we've gotten that, we don't have to worry about it?
Yeah, I think so.
You have to worry about it?
No, I think I've got it.
Okay. That's one of the
It's
few
one of the hepatitis ones that I couldn't get because I was like, they gave me one and then it was like, never do that again because you will die. Wayne Brady surprises viewers with baby son in new family reality show. He said it was not on my bingo card to be a 51-year-old dad. I love Wayne Brady.
Is that the
Wayne Brady, the family remix?
The dude, one of the guys that was on Whose Line?
Yeah.
Okay. There used to be like a thing where I could just like see new. There we go. That's cool. All right, here we go. Rarest snake in the U.S. hatches at Tennessee Zoo, and soon it will be released into the wild.
Ooh.
A Louisiana pine snake was born at the Tennessee-based attraction earlier this month at the Memphis Zoo. How
old is this, though? That's what I want to know. Aw. The UK's first retirement home for bees has opened. It's called the Honeysuckle Bee Retirement Home.
That's cute.
Bees visiting the Honeysuckle Bee Retirement Home can look forward to getting some rest and rejuvenation with facilities like recreational areas that are surrounded with pollen-filled flowers, a sugar water fountain, and even mini armchairs. Yes, really. With bee numbers decreasing worldwide, we're sure this will be a great inspiration for others to create their own bee havens.
Strap in. Now, while I think that the way it turned out is the best possible scenario, apparently Jensen Ackles almost played Deadpool.
Nice.
But he prioritized his role as Dean on Supernatural. He also auditioned for Smallville's Clark Kent role.
Yeah.
But he did get to play a superhero. Well,
he's on The Boys.
Yeah, I started to say that's what I was talking about. And I think there's a spinoff or something that's like about his character in it coming up.
I was gonna say I have no idea.
I like this list. 10 best small town supernatural TV shows ranked.
A whale smashes boat, capsizing vessel in New Hampshire.
So if you're into supernatural TV shows, here's the 10 best according to this Collider article. The Vampire Diaries. And then the OA. I've never even heard of that. I'll give it a look. There's only 2 seasons of that one. From that one's still ongoing. Never even heard of it. Midnight Mass. Never heard of that one either. The Leftovers. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Dark.
I liked Buffy.
Haunting. Huh?
I liked Buffy.
The Haunting of Hill House. I've literally never.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Stranger Things.
I love Stranger Things.
I love it. And then number 1 would be Twin Peaks. I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. I think I saw parts of it, but I never finished it. The first new pandas are to arrive in the U.S. in over 20 years. They're on their way from China. They will be the first giant pandas at the San Diego Zoo since 2019 as Beijing resumes panda diplomacy with Washington. Did you know about that, where we had to send all the pandas back?
Yeah.
China's panda superfans can't bear the return of panda diplomacy. But there are online activists who oppose the program and are taking steps to stop it.
Just in my exciting news, and it's not super new. I mean, it is kind of super new. Jelly Roll did a collaboration song.
Which one?
With Falling in Reverse.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got a very, like...
It's pretty good.
I love it.
It's pretty good.
It's like reminiscent of old, like, Good Charlotte type vibes. I go around singing all the time. Woohoo!
He also did a song with MGK recently.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Oh no. A 70-year-old lady was found dead in her small mountain community in California.
Oh.
Authorities confirmed by autopsy that a bear killed her. Oh no. Giraffe lifts toddler out of a pickup truck at Texas Wildlife Center. We're not mad at the giraffe. We're not mad at the park, the child's father told NBC News. Shows his daughter wearing pigtails and a pink shirt, holding her hand out of the back of a truck in an attempt to feed a giraffe on their tour. The giraffe nudges its head into the girl and continues to get closer as she moves further into the bed of the truck. The video then appears to show the animal grabbing the girl and lifting her into the air. A woman can be heard screaming in the background. In a statement for the Wildlife Center, they said that they were notified Monday of an incident involving one of their giraffes. Lewis said nothing like the incident had happened before at Fossil Rim, but it is taking immediate action to make sure that it won't happen again. That includes barring visitors from riding through the park in truck beds. I mean, duh. Toten said he and his family are saddened to hear that visitors will no longer be allowed to ride in the back of trucks, but that his family will definitely revisit the park. That's dangerous, though.
Right.
Like, for some of it was an accident and the giraffe didn't mean to. It was just one of them things that happened, the dad said. He did say that it's a great place to go, especially for kids who love animals. That's something her parents will talk about forever. She was picked up by a giraffe. That's going to be told in her yearbook.
Right. So a lot of times we share stories of missing persons.
Yeah.
Here's one, and it's close to home for us. A missing New Jersey woman was found alive after climbing up a riverbank in downtown Nashville.
I saw something about this.
Alexandria Schmiel.
Yeah.
She emerged from a riverbank along the Cumberland River, which is where the body of Riley Strain was found. And if you're not familiar with the Riley story, he was a younger University of Missouri student that went missing here in Nashville, and his body was found floating down the Cumberland River. Fun fact, it was one of our cousins that found his body.
Yeah.
But anyway, she was found. She was visiting Nashville from New Jersey. She became separated from her friend right before 2 a.m. and was reported missing at 3:42 a.m. She's last seen on downtown cameras and then at 10:04 a.m. the same day, they stated that she was found.
Somebody posted, so I'm in a member.
Back already?
I don't know.
It sounds like it.
In the Southern Fried True Crime fans discussion group I'm in on Facebook, somebody posted and said, I'm not at all judging, but I find it interesting she was at the river. What is it about the river and missing people? I commented, I said, the Cumberland stays snatching people up. I said, it's super easy to get swept away in it if you're not careful.
Absolutely.
But going through, nobody else had commented on it when I saw it. And somebody was like, rivers are sneaky and dangerous, not unlike men, actually. They built the drunk capital of the U.S. way too close to the Cumberland. Drunk people and water. I will never get it. Wisconsin has a lot of deaths in rivers, especially when near bars. Somebody said, how did she survive for 5 hours? Yeah. The Cumberland River is right at the end of downtown Nashville's party district. Drunks fall in it often. People commit suicide there often, which I was at a concert at Riverfront and watched somebody jump off the bridge into the Cumberland. And then while the concert is going, we're watching rescue pull his body out of the water. I have a friend who lives on the other side from downtown, and they find floaters there about once a month. She goes on to talk about Riley Strain's family. They brought the drowning in that river to national attention by hiring a big law firm and private detectives. No parent. Yeah, they said no parent wants to admit their child made really bad choices and drowned in the river. It happens and it's really sad. Rarely in the 50 years I have lived here have bodies that have been found in the river been the result of an actual crime. The Cumberland runs right through the party district of downtown Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas.
Somebody said, I think this one's off, like she's trying to get a lawsuit. Somebody said a lawsuit for what? The city not having barriers up. She said, you can't bubble wrap the world, especially from drunk people. Yeah, he must be on. You guys realize she wasn't in the river, right? She was on the bank. She doesn't know how she got down there. I realize you can be drunk, but also wonder about being drugged. I mean, that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody did say there is a large unhoused population living in that area. So you just, you know, you never know who's going to be down there.
The homeless population here is
There's
outrageous.
so many.
Outrageous.
They go down there looking for drugs. They know where homeless junkies hang out. I feel like that's stereotyping, if you're asking me. But
Right.
I'm guessing they're drunk and they're falling down the embankments. It is pretty steep. Somebody's biggest shit-face Central, a.k.a. Broadway, dead ends at the river. So, yeah, it's stuff like that. I can't believe he's back from Alabama already.
Right.
That was fast, and we're still recording.
Well,
We're almost done.
yep. You got any more headlines?
I'm looking through like animal stories. Oh yeah, did you see this one a while back? It was when a woman took her sick puppy to the shelter to have him euthanized, but he was put up for adoption instead.
No.
And they absolutely, the agency refuses to rehome the dog with her.
Good.
Yeah. The 3 little piggies at a yoga class? What? What is this? The pigs fit into a growing trend of yoga with animals, adding fun to the physical and mental wellness exercises at a class in central Massachusetts. Oh my God, it's yoga, but there's like little bitty piggies running around.
Aww.
And this little piggy is looking at this man's little piggies. Did you see what I posted to my story yesterday? And I said, I'm going to need y'all to stop putting your piggies in your for sale ads for stuff because I don't know how much more I can take.
No.
And somebody that we went to school with saw the story, like, because you can see who views your story. And I was specifically directing this at him. He never looks at my stories. Why is that the one he looks at?
I didn't see that. I need details later.
I will tell you. But it was like, I had seen another one and I was like, I can't take this anymore. Y'all gotta stop doing this. Stop putting your naked piggies. Stop taking photos of your junk with like, and when I say your junk, I don't mean your junk. I mean like your waffle iron you're trying to hawk off to somebody else. Yeah. Stop taking the picture and your feet are in them. I'm tired of seeing your dogs, man. Tired of seeing your dogs. Oh no. A man was fined for trying to body slam a killer whale.
Okay.
In New Zealand. The video was described the man's behavior as stupid and extremely irresponsible. Aw. That's sad. Oh no. A lot of these are sad.
What? There's been genetically modified bioluminescent petunias that have been made where they glow in the dark. I want some.
Oh no. U.S. museum curator allegedly tried to smuggle 1,500 dead spiders and scorpions out of Turkey. The curator at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, who was detained in Istanbul, said he had permits from the government to conduct his research. Huh. Jason Kelsey apologizes for saying legendary racehorse Secretariat was on steroids.
Okay. In February of this year, mummified monkey remains were found in luggage at Boston Airport.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Los Angeles unleashes a new weapon in its fight against mosquitoes. You know what the answer is? More mosquitoes.
Oh my God.
A mosquito species that targets humans has moved into Southern California. Officials are sending out lab-raised irradiated mosquitoes in a bid to fight them. There's like a mosquito war happening. Man accused of kicking a bison at Yellowstone is arrested on alcohol charge. He suffered injuries when he kicked the bison in the leg. As you should. Utah cat found in Amazon warehouse a week after sneaking into a return box. She survived for 6 days without food or water before being discovered by a warehouse worker in Los Angeles. Oh my gosh. Cicadas are so noisy in a South Carolina county. This is an old one, obviously, but that residents are calling the police. What are they going to do about it?
Right.
Anyway, I think that's all I have.
Wait a minute. Japan's Grandpa Gang, 3 old men aged 69 through 88 charged with robbery.
Oh.
With a combined age of 227. This group, 88, 70, and 69.
69, hey, what that means.
Hold on.
I like how I go to this website. It's called Spark of Genius. It's supposed to be like good news. And like number of maternal deaths worldwide has halved in the last 35 years. I mean, it's good that number is reducing, but I don't feel like... Oh, I did see. We need to do this for the podcast. If anybody would be interested, please let me know. It's Ghost City Tours of Nashville.
Oh, yes.
Now they do ones that are like family friendly. But then they also have our adult only ghost tour, and it's the Murder in Music City Ghost Tour. It's a true crime ghost tour. We'll take you to some of the locations of Nashville's most notorious crimes and tell the tales of the ghosts left behind. This is one seriously spooky ghost tour. Since the kids are safe in the hotel, no topic or theme is off limits. You'll visit the site of gruesome murders, hear the eerie tales about the ghosts of the victims and killers that haunt the living. And it's like, how much was it? I want to say it was like $35. Yeah, $35 a person.
So this grandpa gang,
But I don't know if it's like a walking tour or anything. It doesn't say.
this grandpa gang, in May, they broke into an empty house, made out with
Oh yeah, it is a walking tour.
$1.30 in cash and three bottles of whiskey valued at a total of $65. They are suspected of striking again the following month, making off with 24 pieces of jewelry worth a staggering $6,400 from a vacant residence in the same area as the first. Look at these old men go. All right, we ready for the nonprofit?
Yep.
Oh, hold on. The nonprofit that I picked for this one is, maybe we've already done this, I'm not sure. Child's Play Charity.
It doesn't ring a bell, but that doesn't mean anything.
Basically, they deliver therapeutic games and technology directly to pediatric hospitals to improve patients' life through the power of play. What does it say about it? It was born in 2003, and they raised over. So it says Child's Play was born in 2003 when Mike Krahulik and Jerry Holkins of Penny Arcade wanted to change the negative perception of gaming and gamers in the media. In response, they challenged their fans to support Seattle Children's Hospital through an Amazon wish list. In less than a month, they raised over $250,000 in cash and toys. Since then, Child's Play has expanded to 190 plus network hospitals across the globe, and contributions reach far beyond just games and technology. In 2015, Child's Play debuted the therapeutic video game guide, enabling child life to be enabling them to be intentional when choosing specific games to provide a child. In 2017, Child's Play funded the first pediatric gaming and technology specialists within children's hospitals. This new career field brings dedicated gaming experts into the hospitals to support therapeutic gaming and technology integration, provide gaming system support, and play games with kids to improve the pediatric patient experience. So basically, trying to take a shitty situation for these kids and make it better.
Yeah.
Playing these video games may take their mind off of what's really going on.
Yeah.
So, I like it. Their statement literally says, being in a hospital can be traumatizing, stressful, and confusing for a child. Child's Play works with child life services and pediatric hospitals and other child welfare organizations to reduce the toll on young patients and promote healthy development through the power of play. Child's Play supports hospitals by promoting hospital wish lists, providing gaming and technology equipment, and grant funding to support programs and capacity building. Learn more about the impact Child's Play is making below, and then, of course, we'll have a link. But, so not only is it just video games, but it's like educational type stuff. So they're not like playing necessarily like Call of Duty, you know?
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. In other current event news, real fast, Spencer's is now selling Hawk Tua merch.
Gotta give him that Hawk Tua. Spit on that thing.
I swear. That girl's getting on my nerves.
I think it's hilarious.
It was funny for the first 5 minutes.
Also, I got real tired of hearing about it at the house, though.
Yeah.
But it was funny to me.
Anyway,
so
you want to follow us?
you should follow us on the socials like Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
Twitter,
email us at wanderersofweird
@gmail.com. Okay, bye.
No, wait.
What?
Next time we talk to everybody, it'll be our official kickoff of
spooky season.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm so excited.
Okay, bye.
Bye.